Hello, this is Ben119 and welcome back to my Pikmin 9-day challenge. So today we're going to be doing day 3, which is the Forest Naval, and we're going to be getting 5 parts today, and we're going to be getting the blue Pikmin. So like I was saying, the main objective is to get 5 parts. If you only got 4 on the day before, you're going to need to get 6 parts today, the beady longlegs part, which I'm not getting today, even though in speedruns it's faster to do it today because you won't have to go back to that kind of area in the level. So we're going to get out 80 reds and we're going to throw 15 on this gate, and then we'll use the rest of them on a bridge and the rest of them on a part and then the rest of them on another like wall that we're going to be doing later. So I'm going to put like a lot of like half my Pikmin on there. I need 32 with me, so then I can get 15 on that part there, and I'll have 17 to do something else. So I just throw a few more. I threw an extra, that sucked. And I get the blue onion. The reason I get the blue onion, while I'm waiting for the bread bug, is because if I get the bread bug first, then I open the blue onion. 1, it's slower, and 2, the Pikmin that are carrying their pellet, which the bread bug has, will fall off. Well, they sometimes fall off. It's really weird. Bread bugs act really weird in this game. So there you go, I get the blue sprout. And then I attack the bread bug once, which we'll see in a minute. The reason I attack the bread bug once is because if I didn't do that, he would have health left still. I need to be running around the level. I like to just get the bread bug out of the way early on. That's why I quite like this Forest Naval route. I know this Forest Naval route isn't the best, like the fastest, but I don't know. It gets the bread bug out of the way, which is all you can ask for. So all the Pikmin there fell off that part. I think it's because the part was loaded, and sometimes when it's loaded in, Pikmin act really weird. I'm going to get rid of these shearwigs. If you want to be more optimal than I was there, you can lure them towards where that part is going, and then when the blues carry it, they won't have to carry them as far to their onion, because we're going to be farming quite a few blues. So there you go, they finished that bridge, so we just put them on this bridge. And then we go back for the 15 that we left, and we put them on that wall around there. I know there's a route where you use bomb rocks to get rid of this wall, but we have 15 red, so we might as well do it. So there we go. And the next thing we're going to do today is we're going to grow a load of blues. Like I said, we're going to need about 30-ish for the next day. So we're going to go do that. The 9-day route for this level is very different to the 8-day route. In the 8-day route, you need to get to Distant Spring by day 4 because the snitch bugs spawn in on day 5, which I find to be a really weird mechanic. It's as if Nintendo knew in the future people were going to speedrun this, so they routed it so there's no snitch bugs on day 4 to make you have to get there on day 4. But in the 8-day route, you end up growing 90 blues on this day, and you get different parts to the parts I'm getting. It's really tough. I've never really tried it, but it looks tough to grow 90 in one day without anything else. But we use Impact Site to grow blues. And we're doing Distant Spring in 2 days, so we don't need to worry too much about snitch bugs and everything, because we'll have plenty of time to do everything in 2 days. So we're just gonna farm blues. And we can use the shearwigs to farm most of them, because shearwigs farm 4 Pikmin each, which is really nice. You get loads of Pikmin, and they only take 1 to carry, so it's really good offer. I pick up the blue pallet as well, because that'll obviously give me 2. I don't bother with the others, that'll just take up extra time. Plus I only get 1 Pikmin for each. So once they get back, we're going to get out 15 blues, and we're going to get the part down there, which requires 15. And after that, we're going to get our reds and some yellows, and we're going to open up some gates, and we're going to take out the puff store today. And that'll be pretty much the whole day. I think I'll end up ending the day really early, because I'll have spare time where I have nothing to do, so I might as well end the day early. Obviously if you're doing a speedrun, you definitely want to do that. Like, if you're doing a 9-day run, there should be no point where you're finishing with 0 seconds on the clock. Like, you should be finishing each day with time to spare, especially if you practiced it. I know running like 6-day or an 8-day, you'll probably finish with barely any time left. But yeah, you should be fine. Just make sure all the Pikmin follow you. If any fall down there, it can be really annoying if you lose time. I know this is more of a 9-day challenge, and it's kind of a tutorial, but I wouldn't recommend doing this route that I'm doing at the moment, because there is a much faster route out there for 9-day/8-day. But I'm kind of just playing through it, as you can tell. I care a bit about speed, but at the same time I'm not prioritizing going fast. So there we are. So we're gonna get this bread bug. The reason I get the bread bug now is because if I get him afterwards, the Pikmin will just pick him up anyway when they're going back into the onion. It's annoying because they're gonna put some reds away. And plus those Pikmin will grow during this cutscene, so we barely lose any time to it, which is nice. There we go. So by the end of this day you want to have 11 parts at least, because in Impact Site you'll be getting 12, and then once you get 12 you'll unlock Distant Spring, and we're going to Distant Spring on day 5. It's a bit of a weird route. We do 2 days in Distant Spring, so that's day 5 and 6. Then we go back to Forest of Hope for 1 day, then Forest Navel for 1 day, and then by the time we're at Final Trial that'll be day 9. So take out 15 yellows. You don't really need 15, you can do it with 12, but I just got 15 for safety. If you had extra reds, I guess you could speed up this section. So here we go, we've got all these reds here that we're working on the bridge, and we're going to take them over to this nectar pile over here. Preferably more of these Pikmin would be flowered already, but I got really unlucky with nectar on day 2. Plus I didn't have much time on day 2 because I was slow. There we go, we're going to throw like most of our reds onto this thing, this bridge. We're going to throw like 90% of the reds, because when you get near the end of throwing reds you may accidentally throw yellows, because the throwing system in this game is a bit rubbish. And once we've thrown most of our reds we will disband, get only yellows, and we'll throw the yellows up here. I wish they remade this game like I was saying in the first part, and I wish it had the Pikmin 3 control scheme, because I think it would make this game quite a lot easier. A lot of this game's difficulty comes down to just the controls being a bit weird in places. If the controls were like Pikmin 3, I swear I could beat this game in 6 days. There we go, throw the bombs up there. If you're playing on GameCube, make sure to walk into bombs instead of whistling them, because if you whistle bombs in the GameCube version, they'll drop the bombs. But in the Wii version you have to worry about that. It's another reason why Wii is easier. There we go. A lot of people find the aiming in the Wii version easier. That's one thing I disagree with. I actually find the aiming really difficult in Wii. Compared to GameCube, I'd rather just aim with a joystick. Even Pikmin 3, even though it's quicker to use a Wii remote, I still use Pro Controller, even in speedruns. Because I'm more comfortable with it and I enjoy it more. I just feel like I have more accuracy with the Pro Controller. It's a bit ridiculous. So we're going to lure this Wally Hop so he's not in our way later on. Gonna go around these Shearwigs. Now Shearwigs only pop up when Pikmin walk past. No, what I mean is Shearwigs only pop up when Olimar walks past. So say if I'm carrying a part past there, the Shearwigs won't bother the Pikmin carrying a part unless I'm with the Pikmin. So I don't need to worry about killing them Shearwigs. For a while I thought you had to kill them. When I was first learning this game I had so many different worries, especially in Distant Spring. I was worried about all the bull bears and whether they'd wake up and all the blowhogs, but you'll be fine. Like 99% of the time with all these things. Pikmin just do stupid things sometimes that can't be helped. One thing I wish they removed from this game is Pikmin tripping over, because it's really dumb and I've lost runs to it and good attempts. I was doing 8-day attempts the other day in Distant Spring, and I was really close to getting it in 8 days, and a Pikmin tripped in front of a bull bear and woke it up and I lost the run to it. Just silly things like that shouldn't even be a thing in this game. Pikmin tripping. It's the most dumb thing ever. I don't get why they had to put it in. There's no tripping Pikmin in Pikmin 3, which is nice. So I've got extra reds here. So I'm gonna get this part now because I got exactly enough reds to get it. So I can have 2 parts moving at once. Like so. And now I'm gonna bring the yellows over to the stone gate near the base. I'm gonna blow it up. And then I'm gonna get the Pikmin that were working on that wall at the start of the day because they will have finished that wall by now. And then I'm gonna go back to these 2 parts and I'm gonna whistle the Pikmin off the parts and then re-put them back on. Because the thing is, in Pikmin 1, Pikmin only change their route once they get whistled off. Because if I carried on letting them carry the part, they go on a long way because for some reason they wouldn't know the gate is open even though it is clearly open. Drop off the yellows here. No reason taking them with me because there's just blowhogs and the bombs go off. It's dangerous, I guess. So I'm just gonna go over here, get the reds that are finished on the gate. The good thing about whistling in this game though, even though I don't like the controls as much, you can whistle from further away, which is nice. I think that's really cool that you can do that. Over here I had a bit of a stupid play. I thought I could whistle them and then grab the part from all the way over there, even though the game doesn't work like that. So I ended up having to, yeah, it's a bit messy. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I recommend just getting closer to the part and then trying it. At least I got a few of my Pikmin flowered up. So I should have put more Pikmin on the spring because the thing with Pikmin, you want to speed up whatever finishes last. It's kind of like an unwritten rule in Pikmin speedrunning. So this spring is going to get there after that other part, so it doesn't really matter how fast that part is going. It's just how fast this one's going. So you just want to maximise this part. There we go. Once these 2 parts get back, I'll make sure the Pikmin are with me and I'll end the day. Because I have nothing else to do today. I could do other stuff. I could start working on other areas, but I don't see the point. I only have 2 dots of time left. Plus I got everything I need to do done today. If you are really fast, you can get Beady Longlegs done today and get the part back, as well as everything we've done, but that requires having to kill the Beady Longlegs with reds, and that's difficult. I'm not comfortable doing that. So you go, we've got 11 parts, so we can end the day. And we should have around 30 blues, which is fine, and we'll be ready for the next day. So if you enjoyed this, like it. And if you're new around here, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and make sure to watch day 4.